Hey everybody, it's Brandon Soriano here in the back room of Norman's Rare Guitars for an all-new episode of Guitar of the Day. And it's Flat Top Friday today. We've got a really unique guitar. It's technically a flat top, but it's also like kind of not. What you can do. This is the original black case from 1939. It's a Prairie State flat top, arch top thing. Ooh. That's what we're going to go ahead and call it. I don't know if this has an actual model name. It is a Prairie State, and we're going to talk about what that means in a little bit. But just a gorgeous guitar, really unique, very cool. Never quite seen anything like this. So, a little bit of history on Prairie State. There were these brothers in the 1930s and the 1940s named the Larson brothers. It's Larson. And the Larson brothers were immigrants from Sweden. They moved to Chicago. And in the 30s and 40s, they were prolifically making instruments under a few different names. So if you ever see Euphonon, Prairie State, Mauer guitars, there's a bunch of them. Bruno was another one. They basically had all of these sub-companies that they would build guitars under the names of, but they were all Larson Brothers guitars. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they did it that way. I know they made like mandolins and stuff as well, but you know, this is under the name Prairie State. So really 30s and 40s in Chicago, Larson Brothers were making guitars under a bunch of different pseudonyms and very cool instruments. This one in particular is unique because it looks like an arch top. Trapeze tailpiece, kind of a high bridge right here. Obviously this is a replaced saddle because of how nice and fresh and new looking it is. But we've got an ebony board, block inlays, really gorgeous binding all around the guitar, even on these F-holes, really nice binding. But despite the sort of arch top construction, this is actually a flat top. And so I'm legally allowed to do it for Flat Top Friday, and no one can sue me. And so, you know, it looks to me like it's quite a nice spruce top. Probably Sitka spruce, because Adirondack tends to have a wider set grain, and this is sort of a thin grain Sitka spruce top. And the back and sides sure looks like maple to me, and it's nice flamey maple as well. This might as well be a Les Paul right here. So really great woods on this. Maple neck, of course. Looks like a two-piece. And flipping it over, I already said ebony on the fingerboard. Really gorgeous headstock inlay as well. Big fan of that. Overall, the Larson Bros guitars are phenomenal. We've also had a Euphonon in here that's this giant jumbo acoustic with a pick guard that basically covers the whole guitar. They made these things that were very ornate, really nice looking, but also equally good guitars in terms of playability and sound and construction. They innovated a lot in terms of sort of like the lining inside and bracing and using metal rods in their guitars. They innovated a lot in the 30s and 40s, and not a lot of people know about the Larson Bros and their guitars. So I think we're going to stick back here today. Oh, and I forgot, I got a toy. Masa, our tech, brought this for me. I was asked about it. Jen was like, what the hell is that? And it's like a neck profile gauge. So just to show you, I measured the nut earlier. It's a pretty wide nut. It's about like 1.71, 1.72 inches, just under 1 3/4. So pretty wide set, meaning the string spacing is really good for finger picking. It's not clunky, but the neck itself has a unique shape. It's almost like a D shape, so you can take this thing, and I guess we'll go at like the 7th fret. That's kind of in the... And if I'm doing this wrong, don't at me in the comments. I don't know. I just got this today. That's like the neck profile. Isn't that cool? That's kind of rad, right? Like, that's cool. Jen, come on. This is sick.
That's pretty amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh my God.
I wish I had one.
Yeah, Jen is just loving it. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called a locking contour gauge or something like that. So we'll do a few different things. Something that honestly like surprised me a lot about this guitar was the versatility that it has in terms of the sound. I expected it to almost be exclusively like a chunk arch top. Like that kind of thing. And it does sound great for that. But I was really shocked at how well it handles finger picking, at how well it handles kind of strummy jazz and stuff like that. And so I'm just gonna rapid fire through a bunch of different styles and pieces here, and we'll see what comes out. But again, really versatile guitar, especially with that flat top. Super interesting. Here we go. Cool, let's do some fingerstyle stuff now up higher on the neck. Cool, and it also sounds really good for mellower stuff, so if you're using sort of the skin of your thumb instead of the nail, you can get this warmer tone, kind of good for some West Montgomery stuff. So I'll do a little bit of Far West. Cool, and let's do a little more. I don't know, what else do you want to hear? What should I do? Some strumming or some finger picking? Let's do a little Brazilian music. I think this would sound good for that. Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Is that it? Should I play anything else? What do you think?
It's up to you.
What do you think, America? Or elsewhere? Wherever you're watching
The
from.
world?
The world. What do you think, world? I'll do one last one for you. And it'll be a slower, kind of calmer one. I really like the sound of this guitar for mellower stuff. It's great when it comes to life, but there's something about it for kind of mellower music that I really enjoy. So another classical one, it's a favorite of mine, Lagrima by Francisco Tárrega. Cool. So there you have it. This is the 1939 Larson Bros Prairie State flat top arch top. It's a great guitar, really, really fun. You can find it right here at Norman's Rare Guitars. Check us out online on Reverb, Instagram, YouTube, all the places. And thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
That was great.
Oh, thank you.
Did like 10 songs.
Yeah, it inspired me, man.